Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. This is your team CTG. So today we're going to discuss about Spring Cloud API Gateway. So let's get into the video. So team, let's discuss what is API Gateway and what is the purpose of API Gateway in terms of microservice architecture. Basically, Spring Cloud API Gateway. API Gateway means it's a single entry point to multiple microservices. Okay, meaning any external system it cannot access directly to all other microservices instance. It can access only through one common entry to all other microservices. That is the purpose of that is called API gateway, meaning it's a common entry point. I can explain better with this sample diagram. This is the sample flow diagram of one e-commerce application. We here we have a external application. This external application may be it can be either mobile or browser or any other third-party systems. Okay, here we have a simple e-commerce application server environment. Here as you can see, there is a microservice common entry point that is called Spring Cloud API Gateway. Basically, it's built upon Spring Cloud, that is the framework which is provided, and then we have two microservices: login microservice, order microservice. Let's say consider if this micro API gateway is not there, what will happen? We need to expose this particular RESTful endpoint directly to the external applications. But consider we have instead of two, if we have 10 microservice or 20 microservice, what will happen? We need to configure all the URL endpoints in the external applications. Basically, it will come up with each and every microservice. It will come up with one IPN port. But so in that case, what will happen? For each and every microservice, we need to enable authentication, because we need to do authentication, and then only we can proceed for we can proceed for our business logics, right? So it will cost more, it will take more effort actually. So instead of that, what we can do is we can create one common entry, basically the microservice entry. That microservice, it will communicate with all other microservices in all other third-party systems, and then it will navigate the respective request to the each and every microservices in our environment. Like consider these microservices instances are in a secured environment. Okay, so basically what we are trying to do is any external application, it should not directly contact with this microservices instance. It can be accessed through only through this API gateway alone. Okay, basically this is the purpose of API gateway, and we do have some advantages of API gateway. Okay, for example, as I said, if we need to enable authentication for each and every microservice, we no need to do that. We can enable authentication for this my API gateway alone. Once the request is coming from any external client application to this API gateway, it will do authentication. If authentication true, it will navigate the request to the each and every microservice. If it is authentication false, it will directly reject that request here itself. And that is one of the advantage. The second advantage, as I said, we no need to expose each and every microservice endpoints directly to the external applications. That is one of the advantage. Another advantage, for example, here this is our generic product. For example, this login microservice built upon RESTful API, and order microservice is built upon any other protocol. For example, SOAP microservices in kind of that. So what will happen? We can't expose each and every protocol to the client applications. Okay, what we can do is we can build a common entry point. In that entry point, we can build a RESTful API. We can create a RESTful API endpoint, and then that will communicate with the external application, and then we can route the and then we can convert the protocols, and then we can navigate the request to each and every microservices. So that is one of the advantage. And then we in API gateway, they are providing there is a filter concepts, a pre-filter, post-filter logics that we will discuss in the next video. This is one of these are the advantages of Spring Cloud API gateway. Okay, let me explain how this works actually. For example, here there is a in login microservice exposed with localhost 9002 port. This order microservice exposed with host 9001 port. Okay, so this particular API gateway is running on localhost 900 port. So what will happen is a client can create a request with 900 port itself. followed by respective URLs. Basically, we used to call it as a context path and then the respective URL path, right? How this API gateway it will work is based on the context path. For example, this application context path is e-commerce slash login, e-commerce slash order. In this API gateway, we will configure the context path. So it will check the context path matches. If the context path matched, then what will happen? It will replace this particular localhost 9090 port instead of respective application credential. For example, localhost 90902. So what will happen? The particular request it will be navigated to the respective application. This is one of the advantages of this is one of the functionality of Spring Cloud API Gateway. And then basically API gateway is provided by multiple vendors. The most frequent vendors are Netflix, Zool, that is one of the API gateway, and then another one is this Spring Cloud API gateway. This is the latest version which is provided by Spring Cloud framework. So and the why we are discussing Spring Cloud API gateway here instead of a Netflix Zool is Netflix Zool basically basically that is went into the maintenance mode. I can show it in the there is a you can able to see in the Spring official website. They have provided certain applications in the maintenance mode, which means in further I mean in future they will not provide any feature updates. Okay, the current version what is running, they will give some maintenance support issue fixes alone. They will not provide any updates. So that is the reason basically what I'm trying to say is Spring Cloud stopped providing support to the Netflix components. So that is the reason we are directly going into the Spring Cloud Gateway, and then so these are the basically high level introduction and the concepts of Spring Cloud Gateway and what is the purpose of it. So let's create a sample this e-commerce application with the source code, and then let's try to understand better. So guys, if you're new to the video, subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so that you will not miss any upcoming video from our channel. So we just imported the Spring Cloud API Gateway project and then our login application and order application. As you can see here, by default, as you know, it will provide two files. One is the respective main class file Spring Boot application. So there is no change here. We no need to enable any annotations here. So the main thing you need to know is the dependency and the configuration files. The dependencies you need to enable the Spring Cloud Starter Gateway. This is already we have selected in the Spring Initializer site itself, so that it will be automatically included in your pom.xml. This is one of the config dependency you need to know. And the configurations. For configuration, we are using application.yml file. We have just changed the we have provided customized port as 900, and then this the main configuration. So here the path is Spring Cloud Gateway and then routes. This is the very important thing. Basically this particular API Gateway application itself is a proxy. Basically one API routing application only. It will route all other incoming requests to the respective microservices. You can able to see in this diagram. Here the main thing is you need to notice three fields. One is ID, URI, predicates. ID is nothing but this is the particular identifier. We can provide any name, saying that for our understanding we have provided we have named as login microservice and then order microservice, and the respective microservice URI. Here login microservice is running in 9002 port. You can able to see in the login application at properties we have provided 9002, and then the predicate is nothing but it will compare the context path of the request. Here the context path is provided as e-commerce /login. You can able to let me open the login controller. We have just created one sample a RESTful endpoint saying that e-commerce /login/user to just we are returning one successful message. Here what we are trying to do is we are trying to access this particular RESTful endpoint through API Gateway. So for that what we have to do is this. Let's consider this e-commerce /login as a context path and then remaining as a URL. This context path we need to configure in the predicates. So you can able to see we have provided as a path is equal to /e-commerce /login stars are nothing but, and it won't consider the remaining part of the URL. It will check the context path. It will compare the context path alone. Similarly for order application also we do have one more endpoint. We have generated order applications, right? We have provided RESTful endpoint here with the same set of configuration, order and get data. Here we are returning one more successful message in the same set of configuration, 9001 port and then the respective context path. So we need to start this each and every application here, and then let's try to understand how this API gateway works. So for the time constraint, I already started the particular all three application here. You can able to see this gateway is running with 9002 00 port, and then order application is running in 9001 port, and then for login application is running in 9002 port. So let's try to hit the request to API gateway instead of making the request to login controller. Let's see whether we are able to achieve our expectation or not. Here you can able to see we have provided the API gateway login and I mean the IPN port. The respective URL is with respect to login application. So let's try to run this project. So you can able to see we are getting the response from the respective login application. So let's try to change the URI to order application. Let's see whether the API gateways works for both applications or not. Let's copy this and then let's try to let's rename this /order. Now you can able to see the response is coming from this order application. Okay, now you can able to understand. So we are hitting the request to this API gateway IPN port. So based on the provided configuration, the first request is navigate into the login microservice. The second microservice is login. Redirecting to the order application. So this is how the API gateway works. So thanks for watching these videos, guys. So if you feel this video is useful, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon and share it with your friends. So let's see in the next video. Bye.
Bye.